Hi, beautiful souls. I hope that you're all doing really well. Welcome to another one of my pick a card readings. Today, we are going to be having a look at messages from your future self. So, we're going to be getting advice or maybe suggestions and just messages around your future energy and what it is that you kind of maybe need to know in order to sort of feel more at peace or get some more clarity or maybe make amendments to what's going on for you currently. But I'm really excited to do this reading. It's one that I actually haven't done before. It's the first time I'm going to be doing it, but I'm really looking forward to it because I think we're going to be getting some very interesting messages through in this reading. So without any further ado, I'm going to show you the three different decks of cards that you have to choose from for your reading. And let's get into it. So these are the three different decks of cards that you have to choose from for your reading today. Please remember that time is an illusion and energy is fluid. So the messages we are getting are in your current energy, even though it's a reading about what your future self needs to know, because of course that can change at any time. But what I really love about this reading is that it can be very, very helpful for current energy and maybe give you reassurance and a bit of peace of mind around what's happening for you at the moment, or give you some suggestions and further insight into any changes that you may wish to make. So the Light Seers Tarot is going to represent pile 1 or deck 1. The Falling Card Tarot is going to represent pile 2 or deck 2. And the Modern Witch Tarot deck is going to represent reading 3. If you love this reading, please feel free to share it with others, to give the video a thumbs up, and of course to leave me feedback and comments below if you wish to. If you would like to get a personal reading with me, you can find all my details in the description box below, alongside my social media platforms should you wish to follow me on there. I also have a link to my PayPal if you feel like leaving me a tip, but of course this is not at all expected, only if it's something that you feel led to do, of course. So if you need a little bit more time to think about which deck of cards you want to choose for your reading, I'll just get you to pause the video because we are about to start the readings. Okay, hello pile 1 or deck 1, or for those of you who chose the Light Seers Tarot, this is your reading. We are looking at what your future self and higher self, I guess, wants you to know about your current self. This is a really this reading has a lot of energy around getting clarity, I think, around things and around I feel success in life as a general and how you see yourself. Let's get into it. So Page of Pentacles and 10 of Wands. I feel that your future self is saying that at the moment you are really in the midst of this new kind of beginning with knowing how to trust yourself, with being grounded, with money, with finances, with how you see money, and also what that brings you. It's like there's a new way you're looking at things, or there needs to be a new way that you look at money. But I feel like this is either something that you're currently doing, or need to be doing, if that makes sense. With the Ten of Wands, and I didn't say this at the beginning of the reading, but this is a general reading, so you'll need to apply this as it resonates to you, to whatever aspect of your life, but generally it's a collective, right? The Ten of Wands clarifying, your future self is saying that in order to be able to kind of let go of like a lot of, for lack of a better term, burdens, or feeling like overwhelmed with things, or just you being able to find a way to find balance in carrying things and knowing what direction you're going. This hand in hand works. So you're finding a new way of being able to do this. You're finding a new way in which money or finances or how you see stability and security can help you to really, you know, unload things that are very heavy and that sometimes I feel make you sometimes feel very alone as well. So there's growth in this happening. And if there isn't already, this is a message to say there needs to be some growth in this, and that this is going to take its time. And another message I'm getting here is that you just need to make sure that you're patient with this. This reminds me of the Wheel of Fortune as well for some reason, and it's funny that we've got the Wheel of Fortune here. So this is something that's very important to you, and I very much trust that you understand what I'm trying to say with this message. This is really nice because, as I said before, I think some of you are going to be learning to also look at money in a different way, or stability or finances, in order to make you feel less stressed and less burdened. The King of Swords and the Six of Swords, an interesting combination. This is really saying your future self is saying that it's really important as well to be able to remember, if you're not already doing this, and I feel like you're coming into this as well, that you can feel more empowered within yourself and be able to see things more clearly when you take on the energy of the King of Swords, where you're more objective and rational. But the biggest word I'm getting here is objective, being able to see things more objectively, like, because you have a lot of, you know, flying animals here. You've got birds, you've got a bat, you've got a wise owl, you've got a raven or a crow, which talks very much about intuition and kind of being able to know and understand different cycles in life is what I'm getting here. There's a dragonfly. There's a lot of flying animals in here, which are giving you a lot of messages around where you can staying objective, but ensuring that the way you see things objectively is balanced and that it's not out of balance. Because if this energy is out of balance, we can be too much in this and not kind of allow ourselves to feel things a little bit more, or be more in our bodies and be in our heart space. So it's really about balancing all the elements, earth, air, water, and fire, right? But this is really good. This is saying that you're coming more into this and you'll feel more empowered when you see things more objectively as well. And with the Six of Swords clarifying, it's interesting that you get the two lots of ravens here, or I'm going to call them crows, because we call them, I've grown up calling them crows, but it doesn't matter what it is really, what you call them, it's what it represents. So for me, this is just really saying that this is going to be able to, this will be able to help you kind of move forward as well out of times where you have felt disconnected, or like you're on a rocky boat that's out in the sea. This is going to help you feel more balanced. This is also going to help you to get to where you need to be, because I feel like these crows are showing me that they're showing you the way to calmer waters. They're showing you way to the shore. I feel like this depicts the shore here. And there's a balance here because there's 3 out here and then there's 3 here. So it's always about, as I said before, it's important to feel the emotions, to be the water, but it's also important to remember the other elements that are really important, like the earth elements, the fire elements are important as well. But we can sometimes burn ourselves out too much if we're not getting that balance. So this will be able to help you move forward, I think, as well, from stuff that's made you feel a little bit bound and maybe too in your head. The biggest thing I'm getting here is just make sure that you remain as balanced as you can in the King of Swords energy. Your future self is also like a big cheerleader for you and is really reiterating, and I'm being told here that this is really important for me to highlight to you, that you can be that success is there for you in every arena of your life. It really is. The 6 of Wands is fabulous. This is being seen. This is being acknowledged. This is like being acknowledged as well for like your endeavors and your creativity and how you're seen by the world, right? Because obviously we need to be able to see ourselves like this. And it's much more empowering if we see ourselves more like this than relying on others. But I feel like sometimes your future self is saying that you need to step more into this and see the successes and the wins that you've had and be your biggest cheerleader, right? And with the wheel, this is a really cool match, actually, because we've got the roundness here, we've got the wreath here, which is, you know, circular, which to me means it's kind of ongoing, an eternal sign almost. So the wheel is also telling me to tell you that part of feeling even successful within yourself is understanding and knowing and trusting, being able to also trust that there are people that have your back and that there are people that you can trust is a big message I'm getting here. I know that there's a lot of people, there's people in life you can't trust, but there's more people that you can trust than that you think that you can't. And there's definitely, I feel there's probably 4 people I'm getting from these lights here. They could either be physical people or spirit guides, angels, whatever you want to call them, that really do have your back and that really admire what it is that you're working on and that you achieve. Because I feel like you're also going to have in the future, as well as now, very big achievements, but on a soul level, which is more important than anything. Part of this is you being able to really be open to and integrating change in a big way and letting change evolve you is a big message I'm getting here, because I think sometimes we can feel very stagnant in our way of being or doing things and get very caught up by ego and trauma and stuff, which stops us being able to really be in this energy and really not just practicing gratitude, but being on the other end of it, and you being on the receiving end of gratitude, you having gratitude for yourself, not just for things outside of you, is the biggest thing I'm getting. So there's a big theme here around balance as well, and there's a big theme around getting to know new people as well and be in new situations I'm getting here, because I feel like there's people out there as well that can help you feel more motivated or empowered as well, but you need to be open to new changes, new ways of being, and new people. And that will also, I'm getting a message here, will really help you open your heart chakra a lot more. There's a lot of green here, and I feel for some of you, your heart chakra has been closed or is not as open. Maybe you're not sitting, maybe your posture isn't as wonderful because you've had a lot of heartache, so you draw your shoulders in more. This is really going to help you believing in yourself and being open to big change, and knowing that big change means being open to new things and not just being stuck in the past and feeling like you kind of have to just it is what it is, and who I know now is it. You know, there's a big world out there. There's a lot of people I'm getting as well. I'm being very drawn to the hand here. There's a lot of people here that want to get to know you as well. And you know, this is going to mean for some of you stepping out of your comfort zone and doing alternative things or different things, because this will open your horizons more, I believe, as well. Now we have two more cards for words of advice for yourself, okay? We have the Empress and Death, and it's got rebirth here, which is pretty amazing. You've got you've got 3 major arcanas here, so 3 big lessons to learn. So your future self is also saying that a lot of you embody the Empress energy, whether you're a man or a woman, it doesn't matter, or whatever title you give yourself, or how you identify. This is really about, number one, the universe having your back, but also you are a very nurturing person. You're a very kind person. You're a very loving person, and you've been there for a lot of people, and you manifest very well. I feel like for some of you, sometimes you can get like caught up too much in your feelings and get led astray by them, if that makes sense. But this is where this comes in as well. But this is beautiful. So it's learning that your nurturing side is what gives you your power as well. And the death and the rebirth, I feel like, is also saying that you really need to lean into changes that come up for you or that are coming up for you, and see them as rebirths rather than seeing them as negative endings, whether that's in friendships, in career, in your way of thinking or being. This death is definitely part of rebirth, and it will open your eyes so much more. Some of you need to spend more time in nature as well. But yeah, pile 1, I really hope you enjoyed your reading. Please, of course, feel free to leave feedback and comments below, and I wish you all the best, and I'll see you in my next reading. Bye. Hi, pile 2 or deck 2, or for those of you who chose the beautiful falling card tarot. This is your reading from your future self for current energy, and I'm also going to pull a few words of advice from your higher self with this reading. So let's get straight into it. The Ace of Pentacles clarified by the Ace of Cups. Your future self is saying there's an opportunity coming in very soon, which incorporates a new chapter that's going to nourish both your heart and your material world, because we have the Ace of Pentacles and we have the Ace of Cups. And I'm getting here a message of as above, so below as well, okay, because that's really important. This is something that you've been manifesting for a while, I believe, as well. And some of this could be material growth, expansive growth, but it's on a lot of levels because it has to do with the heart as well. So there's this coming up, this opportunity for you if you're not already stepping into it. So with the Five of Swords and the Magician clarifying, this is really talking about along the way of your journey at the moment and what's happening for you. You could potentially encounter moments where like conflict or ego could tempt you to push to push back or kind of prove a point, right? But the Magician is really saying that you have the ability to master this. You have the self-awareness and the skill set to be able to overcome this kind of energy with the Five of Swords. Because this is really kind of a situation where no one has truly won in this picture. There's been the death of a butterfly, and it's kind of, I'm just getting this symbolic thing of like, you know, butterflies are all about transformation, right? But none of these birds are eating the butterfly. None of them really know what to do here. And it feels like missed opportunity as well, in a way, or wondering what to do with opportunities. And then if you don't kind of know what to do, you can sometimes self-sabotage, is what I'm getting here. So you just need to be really kind of mindful of this, because you can move past this. As above, so below, we've got here again, is what I'm getting. So you might face a test where you could win in the short term by proving a point or holding your higher ground in a dispute, but your future self is advising you to kind of rise above and use diplomacy and focus on like your biggest skills, because you have all the tools as the Magician to navigate all this stuff that's coming in without you burning bridges or creating unnecessary conflict with others. I'm just getting this death wasn't necessary, or that the butterfly's body doesn't have to be a waste necessarily, if that makes sense. There's something really pinnacle about that. Maybe some of you sit in that energy quite often if you feel defensive or triggered. Now, with the Ten of Wands and the Four of Swords, this is really saying that you need to be careful around burnout and getting burnout, and you'll need to consciously set down some of your load and give yourself permission to pause. And when you do this, you'll be able to see your path more clearly, is what I'm getting here, especially with the depiction of I'm lost for words right now. Maybe you're feeling lost for words. This lighthouse, because the lighthouse represents being able to give people clarity, right? But if you're kind of in this energy of doing too much and feeling a bit like whatever this is here, and everything just being like a whole kind of array of red and just too much going on, right? It doesn't help you to see things clearly, is what this is really saying here as well. Now, your words of advice from your higher self, 3 cards pulled out fell out for you. So I've got the 5 of Cups, I've got the 8 of Wands, and I've got the Fool. These are all beautiful cards. What this is really saying is try not to focus too much on things that haven't worked out and disappointments, because there's still opportunity for you there. I feel like this is kind of representative of a church that is saying there's still hope, there's still faith, there's still opportunity. Even though there's clouds, there's sunshine as well, right? And usually, sometimes as well, a rainbow can come, and it's kind of interesting how there's kind of rainbow colors here. So try not to spend too much time in regret or sadness about past things not working, because this will really hold you back. It will hold back fast-moving energy. It will hold back momentum and things moving forward how they're meant to be. And the Fool is really about just being more vulnerable, this is talking about like really trusting the process, and also stepping forward with an open heart and curiosity as well. We've got this child here, so it's like this vulnerability and inner child innocence, and the dog there as well. So kind of approaching this next phase of your life with openness and a willingness to explore, even if it feels uncertain. Kind of be willing to explore without needing to know the whole map first as well. So pile 2, I really hope you enjoyed your reading. Please feel very free to leave feedback and comments below if you wish to. And if you would like to get a personal reading with me, you can find all my details in the description box below. Lots of love and light to you. See you next time. Hello, pile 3 or deck 3. If you chose the Modern Witch Tarot deck, this is your reading. So we're just looking at messages from your future self for you to maybe get some clarity and insight into what's happening for you in your current energy. Please remember that time is an illusion and energy is fluid, and that this is a very general reading. So you'll need to take it as it resonates for you, of course. So this is such a nice deck of cards. I really like it. It's a new deck. Let's get into it. 4 of Swords and Ace of Swords. I feel like for a lot of you, your future self is saying that this message is a big message that needs to kind of wake you up and give you kind of, I guess, the poke in the back or the clarity that you've needed to be able to get you out of your headspace. I'm very much being drawn to this picture in the 4 of Swords of this person here just being really kind of overwhelmed and really needing rest, but not being able to rest is what I'm getting here. Not being able to rest or having trouble with resting. I kind of feel like this group or this pile can sometimes find it difficult to focus on one thing at a time, and that you always just kind of want to do more and more is what I'm getting here. And because of that, when you do quote unquote rest, you're not resting properly because you kind of feel like you could be doing more. But this card here, the Ace of Swords, is really talking about how this can be a strength, but it can also be a weakness, and that it's really time to kind of start thinking about, or more so feeling, because we've got the King of Cups, feeling what it is that you need to in order to be able to rest better is what I'm getting here. Too much time, I think, is spent analyzing the past and analyzing what's going on and how you can kind of make things more streamlined for yourself, but at the same time, you're not allowing yourself the rest to really understand that the most or the best. And with the Ace of Swords, this is just a very clear message that for some of you, this is going to mean that you need proper rest, or for some of you, there's a message here about needing to kind of wake up and see what rest that you need properly, if that makes sense. There's a lot of you that spend too much time in your head here is what I'm getting. And there's going to be a truth coming in very soon, whether that truth is this reading or through something else or something else. This is going to be made very clear to you now. King of Cups and 2 of Wands. I really kind of feel like this is representative of the type of energy that your future self says that you will be stepping into and that you need to be stepping into. a lot of you are going through this process of allowing yourself to rest more and being aware of what is needed in that will help you to come into your power of the King of Cups, for you to be able to better manage your emotions, to be able to feel them as well as heal them as well, and to be okay with them and be at peace with them, and to be able to see things from an outsider's point of view, because I'm getting really drawn to the fish here. That will help you make better decisions, I feel, as well, and it will help you to be able to see what's coming in next for you and to be able to move forward from this, because some of you might be really trapped in a job that you don't like, or just like a way of thinking or being, a mindset. But this is really about, the feel it to heal it card is what I'm getting here, in order to be able to see this more clearly and see the situation more clearly, and then therefore being able to deal with it in a more emotionally sustainable way, because you're going to be coming into this, and this is going to in turn is going to bring you this power of the Ace of Wands. It's going to help you to be able to start something more creative, I feel. And I feel like this card, I'm reading it in your energy, so I feel like your energy is been waiting a long time for this to happen. You've been waiting a long time to come into this energy of feeling really motivated to do what it is that you really love on a creative level. There's a message here about holding yourself accountable as well, and I feel like sometimes you can burn yourself out too quickly, but that's only because you're too much stuck in your head. You're too rational. Sometimes you overthink things for too long. It doesn't allow you to rest, as I said before, and this energy is really just like, come on, let's make this happen. So we've got fire, and we've got air, and we've got water. The only element we're really missing here is earth. So this, I think, will help to ground you more, even though this is water energy. But I think for some of you, your future self is also saying, where you can, just practicing some grounding would be really good as well. But your future self is just saying you're really going to come into this place of being more emotionally mature, aware, and be able to create and start doing the creative visions that you've had. There's an opportunity coming in for you once you get past this energy, and once you start feeling things more, and then there's going to be really fast moving momentum and energy. And it's going to bring you more of a youthful feeling. It's going to make you feel re-energized again. But just careful you don't burn out with that either, because you could come back here, if that makes sense, is what your future self is saying. Now I pulled out two more cards as words of advice from your higher self. So we have the Five of Cups and the Devil. So this is just really talking about, this is a major arcana. So this is really talking about having to be really mindful of your shadow self, and making sure that you don't allow your shadow to hold you back. So your shadow is like the elements of yourself that you don't like, or the elements of you that feel like that you're not worthy of this or worthy of that, or that you're not capable of this energy or capable of that, right? Or capable of making decisions, because you are. But there's stuff here from the past, subconscious stuff and even unconscious stuff that really holds you back and can kind of dictate your movement as well. I feel some of you, get really bad migraines or headaches, because you stress a lot about this, and a lot of this is around things that you've regretted or things that you feel like have failed. But if you look here, there's two cups here that are still there and remaining and standing up. But this person is so focused on things that haven't worked out, so focused on this, which creates this, and then doesn't help you to move forward from this. I'm going to get one more card. Your future self says, that's funny, everything is fine. Sometimes it can feel like you don't think everything is fine, but I think as well, you know, deep down, everything is actually fine in a way. This is kind of like the person that created these cards said there is a 10 of swords, but they said that this was actually the original 10 of swords that they did, but they just put it in as an included, which is really quite cool. So everything is fine. But I think it can not feel like that for you sometimes, and I feel like for some of you it's not feeling like this at the moment. Okay, but at the top of the deck as well, we had the Three of Wands, which is you waiting for things to come in, and the Seven of Cups, because there's going to be a lot of options for you once you can kind of get past the anxiety in your mind and feel things more. That will give you more options. It will put you more into your power, because there's creative ventures that can come and can be born out of your emotional maturity and you allowing yourself just to feel things and then master that. So pile 3, I really, really hope you enjoyed your reading. Feel very free to leave feedback and comments below, and I will see you at my next pick a card. Bye.